to this online tutorial where we will provide you an introduction to LeAD and the LeAD 6P leadership framework. So I'm Becky Reichard. I'm a professor of organizational behavior and leadership at Claremont Graduate University. And I'm the founder and director of LeAD, an evidence-based leadership consultancy housed here at Claremont. So at LeAD, faculty and graduate students provide a range of leadership evaluation, assessment, and development services to leaders like you to help you develop and build the leadership capacity of your organizations. So in this video, we want to tell you a little bit about LeAD, who we are, what we have come to believe about leadership and leader development. And so this will include information about our what we call the LeAD 6P leadership framework. This is a useful way of organizing effective approaches and practices that have been studied for over 100 years in the leadership research. Finally, I'll briefly highlight some of the various services that LeAD offers, including leadership evaluation, assessment, and development. So at LeAD, we call ourselves research-based practitioners. We also call ourselves practitioner-based researchers. We believe in evidence-based practice and bridging the research-practice divide. And we do that by putting evidence and evaluation at the center of everything we do. So you can see that in this graphic. We do this because we find that basing all our activities on the best available evidence is the most effective strategy for leader development. And we take all types of evidence into account, but we prefer rigorous academic research where there's controls in place that help us demonstrate or see the types of strategies that are most effective for leader development. However, we're not just consumers of information. We also are in a unique position to be able to collect data and contribute to the general knowledge of our field of leadership development. So people have often identified a gap between academics and practitioners. Since we're in the middle of that, we feel we're uniquely positioned to bridge that gap by using the data we collect as part of our services to answer important research questions. So our applied work has resulted in a number of peer-reviewed publications and conference presentations already. So we practice what we preach. We build self-evaluation and program improvement into all of our internal activities. And as a partner with the program evaluation experts at the Claremont Evaluation Center, we also provide a number of evaluation services to our clients who want to evaluate their leader development programs. While there are as many leadership frameworks or competency models as there are consulting firms, our LeAD 6P leadership framework is grounded in a review of 100 years of research on leadership from both the academic and practitioner point of view. So it describes the leader behaviors, attitudes, approaches that time and again rise up as particularly effective. This rigorous review informs all of our products and services. So this gives us confidence that our work will give you results. For leaders, we provide assessment and feedback. Our assessments include self-assessments, 360-degree assessments, and a developmental assessment center. This is where leaders engage in 4 hours of simulated leadership challenges. So our team of trained assessors rate each leader's behavior based on the 6P leadership framework. And all of our assessments result in a detailed feedback report. The focus of those reports, which are tailored to each individual leader, is to provide them with specific strategies for their development. Finally, to help leaders grow, we provide what we like to call support in the form of one-on-one coaching and group workshops. After taking one of our assessments, one-on-one coaching or consulting is particularly useful in helping leaders to get the most out of their feedback reports. Our workshops, which are offered both in person and online, help leaders build skills in several key areas. We have workshops on coaching skills for managers, on cross-cultural interaction skills, on leader self-development and self-regulation. So how do you monitor your goals and progress towards your own development as a leader? This kind of brings me to the point of talking about development support rather than just saying leader development. That's because you, the leader, are always the one in charge of your own progress and direction. So here at LeAD, we can assist you by offering our expertise, evidence-based practice, feedback, but no one can do it for you. You know, how far and how fast you go and the direction you decide upon is always up to you. So now that you know a little bit about what we do, I want to share with you our beliefs about leadership and leader development. So as I already mentioned, we believe that basing leadership evaluation, assessment, and development on the best available evidence is the most effective strategy for leader development. We also think that leadership's a process of influence. It's not a formally assigned role or position. Leadership can occur from any member at any level of the organization, with or without that formal position. We also believe that leaders who step up in their immediate surroundings, whether that's an organization, a community, a home, have the potential to benefit from leader development and to make their community a better place. Importantly, and based on scientific evidence, we believe that leaders are both born and made, and as such, they develop non-linearly over the lifespan. The development of leaders can be accelerated through external supports like leadership evaluation, assessment, and development. We also believe that for development to be effective, leaders must be committed to their own development journey. Leaders come to us with different needs and at different stages of their development. So our evidence-based assessments of developmental readiness can help leaders decide what aspects might be the best for them to work on first as foundations for others. So at LeAD, we believe that leader development begins with self-awareness. The role of accurate leadership assessment is critical in providing valuable awareness-building knowledge to leaders. So we really strive to provide valuable and reliable leader assessments that can inform and enhance your awareness as a leader and ultimately develop your leadership. Finally, an important note about the assessment process. We've often found that leaders gravitate toward focusing on their weaknesses and how they can remedy those weaknesses. It's kind of the natural human tendency. But we think this limits your ultimate leadership potential and growth. Because you're focusing on what's wrong and things that are really hard for you to improve upon. Why not focus on your strengths and what you are naturally inclined to do and what you're naturally good at, and refining those natural talents into skills and strengths that you're excelling at. And in fact, research from the Gallup organization has shown that leaders make more significant gains by spending energy maximizing what they're naturally good at, rather than slowly chipping away at their areas of weakness. You still need to pay attention to your weaknesses, work around your weaknesses, but by focusing most of your energy toward maximizing your strengths, you can really show growth as a leader. So we believe in balancing the traditional deficit model by framing leadership assessment and development around a strengths-based approach. So now this assessment process begins with our LeAD 6P leadership framework, and some of our key LeAD team members are going to describe each aspect of that framework to you next.
Leadership is a very complex topic, and we developed the 6P leadership framework as a way of describing 6 critical aspects of effective leadership. The 6 aspects are passion and purpose, pursuit, people and place, pathways, problem solving, and positive persuasion. Each of these 6 aspects is tied to certain behaviors that frequently crop up in leadership situations, like managing the performance of a large team, making strategic decisions, connecting with a key audience, or uncovering an exciting new opportunity. Breaking it down this way can help you think about the leadership experiences you've had, assess your strengths and skills, and identify the areas where you'd like to develop further. It also helps us at LeAD give you specific, objective feedback in each area, enhancing your self-awareness and therefore your development.
So briefly, I want to talk with you about our LeAD coaches and who they are. They're really amazing, motivating, engaging, and energizing group of individuals who have a lot of knowledge of leadership theory and research. They're not seasoned executives, but they do have leadership experience, and more importantly than that, they're able to facilitate others' development as leaders. So they are knowledgeable of strengths-based leadership practices, and just like everything we do at LeAD, our coaching methodologies are based on the latest evidence for how coaching can be effective, and that's what our coaches are trained on and have experience with. They know about motivation and learning approaches, goal setting theories. They'll really push you and encourage you and support you in terms of your development as a leader. Also, very importantly, all of our LeAD coaches are experts in all of our assessments that we offer at LeAD. So if you want to engage in a various assessment, the 360 is self-assessment, or our in-person leadership assessment center, the coaches understand those assessments, what goes into them, and what the feedback is based on, and they can help you understand and make sense of that as you move down your own path towards improving your leadership effectiveness. This concludes our overview of LeAD, who we are, our beliefs about leadership assessment and development, and our 6P leadership framework: pathways, positive persuasion, problem solving, people in place, passion and purpose, and pursuit. Thanks for taking the time to learn more about LeAD. If you want to learn even more, please explore our website at leadlabs.org.